Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Calenzo. Welcome to the show. Coming out the weekend. Happy Monday, everybody. Of course, March Madness in full effect. 0 brackets left. Correct. Everybody's been busted so far with everything going on during March Madness, but March is definitely one of the best times of year for being a basketball fan. You know, college in full effect right now with March Madness, the NBA playoffs heating up, lots going on. So great time to be a sports fan with F1 racing. Golf starting to get back into the mix now. You got baseball starting right around the corner. The Dodgers just had their little series there overseas. So great time to be a sports fan, guys. So I appreciate you joining me here on Boom Broadcasting. If you have not jumped on yet, please like and subscribe, man. Jump on there. We're trying for that 500 subscribers. So strive for 5. Get the name out there, man. If you like the show, drop me a comment. I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting. So thank you guys very much. Shouldn't be too crazy of a show today. I really had a pretty long show on Saturday. If you guys haven't checked out Saturday's show yet, man, I had my man, Podcast Smitty from Quick Hits, Boom Broadcasting's own, on the show on Saturday's episode, man. We got into a whole bunch of stuff. I had a great time. And you can jump on Boom Broadcasting, the YouTube channel, and watch all the old episodes. So go back and watch my first episode, how terrible I was. Hopefully I've been getting better. So, we're trying to improve here on Three from Deep, and your boy NY is doing everything he can to kind of learn this whole podcast game and entertain you guys. And hopefully you like it. And so far, so good. They haven't kicked me off yet. So until they do, I'm going to keep bringing you all kinds of fun stuff here. So let's jump right into the show. Got a little bit to talk about here today. First things first here, the Los Angeles Lakers. They got steamrolled this weekend. 146-115 by the Chicago Bulls. LeBron James coming back after his 7-game absence, which is good for the Lakers because they're going to need him, for the playoff, starting here soon. But, it's nice that he can get back into the game and kind of get game shape ready for when the playoffs start. But second straight loss, not a very good loss at all. LeBron did have 17, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, so kind of a quiet game for him, even though, he is the big 4-0. But Luka, 34 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Luka doing Luka things. Reeves, 25, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. And Hachimura is back too. So that's something that the Lakers really needed. They really needed him back also. He only had 5 points and 2 rebounds. But again, getting those guys back into game shape. But one thing that the Lakers did not have in this game right now is any kind of defensive presence. Holy cow. They just let the Bulls do whatever they want, score whatever they want in this game. Kobe White, 36 points. Mateus Bunzelis, I know I'm saying that wrong, 31 points. Josh Giddey, getting giddy with it. Man, he had almost a quadruple double. 15 points, 10 rebounds, 17 assists, and 8 steals. So 2 steals away from almost a quadruple double. So Giddey getting his, man. But the Lakers, man, they just could not defend anything in that game. And I think that's really what is going to ultimately hurt this team, especially going into the playoffs, is that lack of defense, the lack of size, the lack of rim protection. For example, points in the paint. The Chicago Bulls had 74 points in the paint compared to the Lakers had 42. But Bulls, 74 points in the paint. There's no defense, no rim protection. They're just letting anybody in there right now. They have no size down low. Yes, you have Luka. Yes, you have LeBron. Luka, one of the greatest right now, top 5 in the NBA as far as talent, led the Mavs to the NBA Finals last year. He is all world. LeBron, the king, one of the greatest players over the past 20, 25 years, still doing his thing. But I think a two-man game alone is not going to get the Los Angeles Lakers anywhere, especially in the playoffs. Look, their first, as if everything landed the way it is now, their first round matchup would be the Grizzlies, and I don't think they match up well with the Grizzlies at all, especially if the Grizzlies can come in healthy with Jackson Jr. and Ja and some of the guys they got on that squad. I think they can outmuscle the Lakers right now. The Lakers have 2 weeks ago, everybody had these guys in the NBA Finals. Stephen A. Smith. Oh, I think the Lakers, the only one standing in their ways. I think he said Denver or something like that because Denver has the Joker, of course. But sorry guys. You can blow smoke up the Lakers all you want. They have LeBron. They have Luka. Reeves can get you some points. But just defensively and down low, I think they are very vulnerable, especially in a big, tall, beefy Western Conference. I just don't see them. I don't see the Lakers getting out of the first round. I mean, LeBron, that's a tall task. It's going to be tough. I just don't see them getting out of there now because right now, Lakers fell back. They are in the fourth spot right now. They were in second, fell down to fourth, right there with the Grizz. There's about 11 games left in the NBA season right now, regular season. This West is going to come down to probably the last game of the season for a lot of these teams jockeying for position. Golden State Warriors kind of just really holding on to that sixth spot without Steph Curry. Haven't heard really any news on him yet. I know he was going to get reevaluated for his bruised behind on Monday. So hopefully and thankfully they didn't find anything, but hopefully he's feeling better because Golden State without him, I don't think they're going to make any noise. But with Curry and Butler, I think they can make some noise. But right now, Los Angeles Lakers, I'm sorry. I don't see you guys doing anything. I don't see you making it out of the first round of the playoffs. You just don't have the depth and the size needed to get out of the West. So, but LeBron is back. We'll see what they do in the last 11 games. Can they make up some grounds? Make up some ground. They really do need to. I think they need to kind of make their way back up into third or second because I think they need an easier matchup coming out of the West in that first round to get a little momentum because right now, even matching up against the Grizzlies, I think they're going to have a really, really rough time because I got the game on here on my side. I'm watching the Rockets-Nuggets game here. It's late Sunday. I record this for Monday's drop. But right now, the Nuggets without Joker are up 73-66 on the Rockets. The Rockets riding that 10-game winning streak. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But just kind of giving you guys an update here, too. So also, too, Saturday. Somebody that's flying under the radar right now, which is kind of unbelievable to me. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been quietly having his own MVP season. On Saturday, without Dame time, Giannis drops 32 and 17, beating the Kings 114-108. Now, the Kings were without Domantas Sabonis and Malik Monk, so hopefully those guys could get healthy within the next week here. Because I think the Kings, they still got a good young squad. I know they traded away De'Aaron Fox in the middle of the season there with that to the Spurs with that little bit of a blockbuster trade. But I thought they got a little bit better. I didn't think they slid back and got worse. I think they got a pretty good haul for him. But to watch out for those Kings in the West, but they're going to be in the play, and they're going to be essentially in the play-in. But Giannis, 32 and 17. Right now, he's averaging 30.2, 12 rebounds, and 5.9 assists. To me, those are MVP numbers. He has now vaulted into, I'd say, my third for MVP. So you got Shea, Joker, and now the Greek Freak. Because look, 2018-19, his first MVP, he was averaging 27.7 and 12 and a half rebounds. He's averaging more points right now. 2019-2020, 29.5 and 13.6. So averaging a little more in rebounds, but still right now he's averaging more points. Now that 2019-2020 season, he also was one of three players to to win the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan and Hakeem Dream were the only other two to do that. But Giannis, MVP season. He is having a great season. Look, guys, at the beginning of the year, they wanted to trade these guys away. They wanted to trade Giannis away. They wanted to fire Doc Rivers. Right now, Bucks in that fifth spot. I think when it's all said and done, they're either going to be fourth or fifth. I think no matter what, they're going to play the Pacers. Just who gets home court advantage is going to be the difference there. But Giannis Antetokounmpo has a good team around here. Dame gets healthy. That Kyle Kuzma pickup, man, is going to be hard for other teams to deal with. Man, he had 14 points and 14 rebounds. If they can get that production out of Kuzma, this team is going to be dangerous in the East. Brook Lopez, 21 points. Porter, 18. Prince, 11. So, guys, do not sleep on the Bucks. Doc Rivers has been there before. Giannis Antetokounmpo has won before. He is playing at an MVP level. If it wasn't for Joker playing out of his mind and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander playing on another planet, Giannis would be winning another MVP. I believe that wholeheartedly. But they are my most dangerous team in the East right now. Besides, you got Cleveland, you got Boston. I love my Knicks, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But right now, the Bucks, if they get this playoff Giannis and the rest of that team, and Dame can come back healthy, I could see them in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, guys, don't sleep on the Bucks. Don't sleep on Giannis. He's still one of the greatest players in the world. So we're going to throw him in there. MVP consideration. I think he's going to get MVP votes, guys. Go Giannis. But look, we got Monday. We got some decent games going on tonight. We got lots of games. A lot of these games here coming up are going to have playoff implications. East, not so much as the West as far as movement and seeding. So Monday's games, you got Lakers versus Magic. Lakers need to win some games and string some games together where they're going to start playing a little bit better, pick that defense up, start playing like they did before LeBron got hurt, where everybody had them in the Western Conference Finals. Magic, watch out for them. They still got a great young team. Paulo Banchero, Franz Wagner. So Lakers, you better not string some losses because it'd be interesting to see what happens because that's one of those teams where, of course, Chuck said it on ESPN. You know, ESPN, that's all they do is cover the Lakers. So if the Lakers start losing, Stephen A. Smith's head's going to explode. And then next thing you know, he's going to just start blasting LeBron as he's already currently doing that. He's still feeding off of that whole interaction, but that's a whole nother story. But that 7 p.m., you have T-Wolves and the Pacers. T-Wolves trying to get back up into the mix here. They're in the playoff play-in right now. But if Golden State can't right the ship and starts losing, they can continue to win. You're either going to have the Clippers or the T-Wolves slide in there. So, again, that West is wild, man. That wild West is going bananas. But T-Wolves, Pacers need to keep pace because the Bucks are right behind them. Knicks, we need Brunson back, but that's a whole nother story. Then around 9 o'clock, you're going to have the Bulls versus the Nuggets again. Bulls coming off a big win, so trying to get their playoff vibe going on right now. But Nuggets, they need Joker back. Still looking at the game right here. During the third quarter, Nuggets are winning. So it's looking like the Rockets, unless they kick it up a notch, may be stuck at that 10-game winning streak. Or I'm sorry, 9-game win streak. Then at 10, you got Celtics versus Kings. Celts, the big news about the sale, they're trying to be repeat champions. So, and then Bucks versus Suns. Suns holding on for dear life to that 10th playoff spot. Really poor season for the Suns. Very, very disappointed in the way they've been playing. It's looking like Kevin Durant's not going to be there next year. They're already talking about shipping him out. The season's not even over. He should have been traded in the middle of the season. I still believe he should have went to Golden State instead of Jimmy Butler. But he wants to write his own narrative. So we'll see how that goes. But Monday, guys, great games tonight. You got to check those games out Monday night. Playoff implications. You're seeing how these teams are they going to go into the playoffs with any kind of momentum? Because if you start backing into the playoffs, it's easy to get backed out. So, and again, I'm watching this Nuggets-Rockets game, guys. Friday night, the Rockets had their 9th straight win. So they are, man, that young team is so fun to watch, man. Van Vliet, 37 points. Heat, struggling. But Amen Thompson coming back from the injury. I'm glad to see him back. Again, I love this guy. I love this kid. He is going to be a superstar. 18 points, 7 steals. So defense wins championships. I think them Rockets right now sitting in second place. But, man, they are fun to watch. Heat, 10th straight loss. That's terrible. It still looks like they're going to have the 10th spot in the play-in tournament for the playoffs. I don't think anybody else is going to catch them. Toronto, I think they're a little too far away. But on Sunday, the Heat did bounce back. And I'm going to pull that game up here. They did bounce back and beat the Hornets 122-105. So at least the Heat snapped the losing streak. That's great for them. Coach Spo is probably one of the most underrated coaches in NBA history. He is a phenomenal coach. I don't think he nearly gets enough credit for what he has done with that Miami Heat team and the culture. Heat culture. That's all they talk about is that there in South Beach. So Wiggins, 42 points, man. He can still ball. Andrew Wiggins is not a slouch. If they can get somebody else next year, I think the Heat, if they can kind of land a Kevin Durant, if they can get themselves kind of one more guy, I think that Heat can be back up there in the mix. But, guys, loving the Rockets right now. They're one of my must-watch teams out there because they're just a lot of fun, a lot of fun to watch. As it looks right now, unless they have a little bit of a streak in them right now. It looks like they're struggling a little bit. Jalen Green's got about 18 points right now. Nuggets are up 89-76 in the third quarter. So even without Joker, those Nuggets are looking strong, man, strong. So guys, playoff basketball is upon us. 10, 11 games left. The season is going to come down to probably the last game with seeding. The excitement is starting now. It's bubbling up here. March Madness is no joke. It's feeding off of that college vibe. So we're gonna take a quick time out here and then we'll drink a drink of water. And again, guys, I appreciate you being here with me. Boom Broadcasting. Please like and subscribe. Check us out. Drop some comments, guys. What I talk about here on the show. Sometimes, people think I'm coming a little. Got some out there thoughts and some out there ideas, but drop me a comment, man. Give me your thoughts. Give me your ideas, man. I love having a little back and forth. So don't be afraid to hit me up, man. I love it. I feed off of that stuff. So in our time out here, I started thinking over the weekend, kind of just hanging out. I miss hanging out with the boys. I don't do that a lot anymore. Being a dad, um, work, life, you know how that stuff goes. So kind of I miss that. We'd hang out at the bar and watch games or play. We'd play a lot of Golden Tee. My boy Brian down there in South Florida here. We'd hang out all the time, but we loved us some bar food, man. Yeah, we'd have a few cocktails and just go to town on some bar food. So that got me thinking. I got a little reminiscing this weekend. I definitely like to reminisce a little bit. So I wanted to think of my top 5, and I like doing my top 5 things. So my top 5 bar food. So my favorite things to kind of eat when I do, which is once in the blue moon now. Being that I'm older, also got to watch my cholesterol and all that fun stuff. Joys of being an adult. But every once in a while, you got to kind of let loose. So my top 5 bar foods. Let me give you my top 5 here. Number 5, French fries. Whether it's just regular French fries, throw some cheese on that, throw some chili on it, load it up with the nacho cheese and the melted cheese. It's one of those things you can have, picture in front of you, and then just mound on some fries. I definitely like those. Number 4, quesadillas. I love me some quesadillas, whether it's cheese, whether it's steak, whether it's chicken. You dunk it in the salsa. You dunk it in the sour cream. Goes very well with a beverage. So one of my favorites, the quesadillas. Number 3, you got to love some nachos, man. Fully loaded. Load them up. You can't even see the chip. I like it with the cheese, and whether it's chicken, meat, tomatoes, a little pico de gallo. I mean, you just throw it all on there. Definitely got to throw some jalapenos on there. I love spicy food, so the spicier the better. So give me some loaded nachos with some jalapenos on there. Love it. Great bar food. Number 2, I'm not a huge wing fan, but I love the boneless wings. So a good sauce, a good spicy sauce, and some boneless wings. I can mount some boneless wings. Not big on chewing stuff off the bone. I don't know. It was never my thing, but I can pound some boneless wings. So that's one of my favorites. Of course, you get the celery and the blue cheese to go with it too. So it's a great vibe. And my number 1, the old reliable. I try to, especially if I go to new places, I like to try their burgers. I used to frequent an establishment when I lived in South Florida, and about 2:00 in the morning, after you've had a couple of pitchers, they would have one of the best burgers out there. I love me a good big burger. And guys, anywhere you go, they better toast the burger bun. I cannot stand going to a bar, a burger joint, a restaurant that gives you a soggy freaking burger bun. I cannot stand that. Lightly toast the bun, man. So when you have the burger, you got a good grip on it, and you don't have that soggy bun. So please, food industry, toast your burger buns. But that's my number 1, man. Nothing like having a beer and a good burger, man. Great stuff. So my fries, whether it's chili, cheese, whatever you got, some quesadillas, give me them fully loaded nachos with the jalapenos. Give me some spicy boneless wings. I want to see some tears coming out of my eyes because I love it. If I'm not crying, it's not spicy enough. And then give me a big old burger, man. Give me a good double smash, triple smash, whatever. Cheese, no cheese, I don't care. Bring it to me. So that's my top 5. Just reminiscing a little bit about hanging out at the bars. Again, I don't do that anymore. So, but I do miss it. I don't think my body can handle it no more, unfortunately. So that's why I only do it every once in a while. But guys, let's jump in here to the layup line. We're going to jump in here. We got some short stories here. We'll jump in there. Knicks reporting again. Jalen out at least one more week. 8th straight game he's missed. They're 4-4 in that, so 500 with him out. still holding on to that third spot in the East. A win against the Wizards, which for me is you beat one of the worst teams in the NBA. I mean, come on, you should be able to beat them, with no problems. But Karl Anthony Towns, 31-11. That's Cat. You got Karl Anthony Towns, please. You are the guy. This is the reason why the Knicks brought you here. We need 30 and 10 from you every night because you're that talented. You are that talented. So right now, there's no reason why Karl Anthony Towns should not be the man in New York with Jalen Brunson out. Bridges, 27 points. But again, guys, it was the Wizards. We should be playing better, man. 4-4 without Jalen Brunson. You guys have not been able to beat any of the top teams in the NBA. You're 0 against Cleveland. You're 0 against the Celtics. 0 against the Lakers. So, I mean, it's disappointing because we're a better team than that. The New York Knicks are a better team than that. They're a deeper team than that. So, fingers crossed here. Hopefully, Jalen Brunson can come back with, about 4 or 5 games left in the season. They can throw him out there, get him into game shape, get his legs underneath of him, and then we can hit those playoffs running. I want to see you guys make some noise in the playoffs, but it starts with Karl Anthony Towns, 30-11, 30-10, whatever. That's what we need from you, man. That's why you were brought here. Grizzlies having a really good season. But they lost Brandon Clark for the rest of the regular season. They're going to see how it goes getting into the playoffs. But PCL strain in his right knee. Grizz have lost 3 straight, 5-5 over the last 10, 5th in the West. Clark was averaging a little over 8 points a game, a little over 5 rebounds a game. Plays about 19 minutes. So an important piece to that Grizzlies team. So rough loss. But Grizz, you need to step it up. Can't be 500 ball club heading into the playoffs. That's not the momentum you need to get in there. And then right now, guys, the way things are sitting in the MVP race, it's looking like this is SGA's MVP this year. Joker being out hurts him. Even though his team is winning, but him not scoring, him not being in the news, kind of hurts him a little bit. So right now it's looking like, SGA is pulling away in the MVP race. You got Joker second, and I'm putting Giannis third. So 1, 2, 3. But it's looking like SGA with those first place Oklahoma City Thunder. Looks like they got it. Guys, I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you much for showing up. Monday, we'll be back again Wednesday. So we'll go over some news and whatever else is going on here. We'll see how things are playing out and how the playoffs are shaping up. And then once the playoffs kind of get set, we're going to have a big show. I plan on kind of really breaking down some matchups for the playoffs here. So, guys, I'm excited. I hope you're excited about the end of this NBA season. Everything is right up in the air right now. I mean, you have 2 really great teams with the Cavs and OKC, but, do you have those guys in the finals? Be interesting to see. So thank you all very much for joining me. This has been 3 from Deep. I'm your boy, Jason Calenzo. I appreciate you showing up. Again, Boom Broadcasting Network. Check us out. And then don't be afraid today at 5:30. Hoops and Helmets. Join my man Aaron and join my man Carson. They're going to go over everything March Madness related, guys. They're going to kind of recap what just happened over this weekend and kind of go over everybody's busted brackets. So please check out Hoops and Helmets today at 5:30. Great new show from Boom Broadcasting. Again, Boom Broadcasting Network, guys, doing big, big things. Have a great day. Love y'all.